I'm breaking it. This is a good safe backup, huh? Ooh. I started sailing here, I think, when I was around 6 or 7 years old, together with my sister and one of my best friends. I have my Optimus laid out here. Maybe this is it, huh? Maybe this is it. 20 years later. Worldwide sailor. If I knew then what I know now, no, it's nice. It's good to be back here, huh? The lake, it looks so much smaller than in my mind. This was my Southern Ocean, really. For me, when I was 7, this felt like I'm out at sea. Yeah. I'm happy to be here, actually. And I was just thinking, 20 years ago, I would never have thought about sailing around the world. At an age of 27, I didn't know it was an option. The whole mast action took a lot from my body. When you're up there, you have powers that you never have when you're on land or here because of the adrenaline. But the result is that afterwards your body feels broken and almost that you're almost driven over by a truck or something. But yeah, this makes me feeling alive, and this is the part of the sailing what I really, really do love: the surviving and pushing boundaries and asking the maximum of yourself every day.
We're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. It's freezing. I've got my hat and all my winter gear on. The boat's doing 25 to 30 knots, which we've been doing for the last 24 hours, which is super cool. Absolutely flying, the conditions are nice, and everything's working.
Ja, das ist kein Fun-Sport, dieses Segeln. Man verlangt sich eine ganze Menge ab und dann immer wieder zu merken, das schaffe ich aber, ich kann meine Grenzen weiter hinausschieben Und man lernt natürlich auch was über sich selbst dabei.
Okay. Welcome on board Air Malizia. Here is Antoine Oriol, the boat captain today. Not the captain, the fly captain. And this is the boat captain, Boris Herrmann.
I'm Antoine Oriol. I'm the onboard reporter for Team Malizia. I'm 38 years old and I'm a kite surfer originally.
Okay, let's check the conditions. Now we are doing what? Oh, did you see that albatros?
20 knots.
I'm not allowed to touch any rope or help the sailors to perform. So yeah, I try to just make the people feel well around me. This is very important for me. And I'm very sensitive to energies. So when there is tension, I like to try to play a role just to put the team in harmony.
So we can't see any boats around?
And there's no. This is the biggest wilderness of the planet. Never anyone is here. You cannot be anyone lonely on this planet.
Hey, yes, this is nice.
Wow, good shot.
You could even say hello.
Here I go.
Yeah. Yeah, wait for me a bit, I come closer. Yeah, hello Boris.
Hey, I stay dry. Yeah! Well done. Yeah!
Take the drone.
Cool.
Das finde ich toll, dass wir jetzt bei diesem Ocean Race wirklich mal so eine lange Etappe haben und wieder in so einen langen Rhythmus kommen, wo wir wirklich auf See sein können mit dem Schiff, mit uns, wo dieser Mikrokosmos der Mannschaft in dem Schiff so zusammenwachsen kann. Und man ist dann auf seiner kleinen Welt und die ist natürlich so überschaubar und das ist irgendwie auch ganz schön auf gewisse Art und Weise.
My biggest fear would be to hit something. If something happened at night and we hit something and we pass from 50 kilometers per hour to 0, I would crash into the boat and you can even break your leg or your arm, your head. Maybe the other thing that I wouldn't love would be to fall over, to fall in the water. Because sometimes, when you throw your poo in the biodegradable bag away, I always try to do the little game of, okay, how long do I see it until it disappears in the waves? And I throw it, and in general, you see it maybe one time after 1.5 seconds, 2 times if you are lucky. So if you imagine that this little bag is you, if you fall in the water, I think it's finished. Yeah.
We have to really consider the lives and the risks around the lives on board the boat. Every decision we make, whether it's our own, whether we have to make it as a team, we're responsible for everyone on board, and that makes it challenging as well, I think.
Good morning. It's day number 12. And we're sailing still in the Southern Ocean, and I'm trying to cook. I made a nice chicken supreme. This is my favorite meal. This is our kitchen, and we're doing 36 knots now. And you see how much it's moving. And we have a little tap here, and the trick is to boil the water and then put your freeze-dried underneath this tap and open it without getting hosed. And then you need to turn around quickly before the next wave. Okay. Oei. You're moving so much, so you really have to time a wave. If not, you just get hammered. Oh, I'm sitting now and I just feel my spine being compressed all the time, so I'm gonna stand up soon. And even in your bunk, you feel like you're yeah, your lungs, your body gets compressed. So if you breathe, it's like, or you're all the time. It's like these bounces. So we distinguish three kind of waves, right? So we have the organ killer. That means that if you hit the wave, like your whole column stays straight, and then it's just on your organs, and you feel like bang. Then you have the spine breaker. So that's the wave that you feel like your spine and neck like compressing. And then you have the headbanger. Like if you have your big nose dive, you look like boom. The most common is the spine. It's the spine breaker. And the worst one is the organ killer. It's so bad if it happens. So for 2 hours you feel like, oh, this is not healthy at all. We eat between 2,500 and 3,500 calories a day. Wow. It's Saturday, it's weekend, so I treat myself with some sriracha and olive oil. In the evening we're very lucky because we eat a wet meal. So that's already fresh cooked food, but then in a vacuum pack. But it is 4 times as heavy as another meal, but it tastes way better. So for me the food is such a big part. It's a moment of joy. If I compare myself with like a sprint athlete needs to perform 8 seconds, right? We need to perform 40 days.
Rosie, she's the Dutchie. She's really good in missions. She really loves to execute.
And she really comes from this crude background where teamwork is crucial to be able to perform in much sort of shorter racing.
The car is 350,000 kilometers, and I bought it just before COVID. It's a little bit of a mess now, but yeah, I made it nice, and it's my freedom. It's my house. Makes me relax. It's my own space. When I'm traveling or when we were working in Lorient, I live in it, and yeah, it's good to have a place to retract yourself from everyone and just. Have your own, yeah, that you have a bit of your time for yourself. So for me this is super important, and I enjoy it. Hey schatje.
Hoi, hoi.
Ja, liever.
Maar dan moet je wel een goede.
I don't know a lot about history or economics or politics, but this is my work.
Rosie, eerst pizza is on the way. Zullen we anders doen een half ui?
Het zijn de glutenvrije pizza's.
Een half zeevruchten.
En dan de salami met gorgi.
Oké, ja.
Dat allemaal op één pizza?
Ja, dus half gewoon met ui en dan half met salami en gorgi.
Candy, wil je deze? Dat is een beetje te veel. Like 3 weeks op, you're like, oh.
Die Zuidelijke Oceaan is 1/3 van de trip. Ja, je vaart dus van Kaapstad, vaar je onder Nieuw-Zeeland, onder Australië door naar de andere kant, zeg maar.
Ja. Heb je überhaupt ooit in die oceaan gevaren?
Nee, het is echt een andere zee. Echt een andere zee, ja.
Ja, hè? En heb je daar dan ook last van ijsschots en dat soort dingen?
Ja, maar we hebben wel een restrictiezone, dus we hebben bepaalde breedtegraden, zeg maar, waar je niet onder mag. Dus zeggen, je moet hierboven blijven.
Dat staat op de navigatie, dat heb je op kaart.
Ja, dat hebben we dan aangegeven in onze navigatiesoftware van hier mogen we niet onder zijn.
My name is Rosalin Kuiper. I'm the father of Rosalin. My name is Olga Kuiper. I'm the mother of Rosalin, and we have 3 children. Rosalin is in the middle.
We went sailing in the weekends or sometimes even after work.
And when the children were young, we put the baby seat of the car, we put them in the boat, on the mast.
Oh nee, hij valt!
Yeah, we are
a very close family.
Yeah. And we are really supporting her, all of us.
Dan niet op een gegeven moment echt dat scenario dat je inderdaad echt dichter bij een satelliet bent dan bij een stuk land.
Dat is zo.
Waar dus ook geen helikopter of iets kan komen.
Nooit. En dat is dus waarom je zo bewust bent van waar je bent op de wereld, hoeveel risico je neemt. Dus de enige die me kan helpen is of de boot zelf, of zijn mijn andere competitors.
She's always
going to the edge.
To the edge, but she is very well known of the risks.
Aware of the risks.
Yeah, she's really aware. So I feel good about this.
Ik had het er met de mental coach over, met Thomas. En we zeiden, ik heb 3 doelen. 1 is elke dag blij zijn. De tweede is dus alle legs varen. Dus als ik in Genoa ben, dat ik terugkijk en dat ik denk, wauw, ik heb toch al die legs gedaan. En 3 is dat ik contribute, dus ik voeg iets toe, zeg maar, aan de team vibe. Dus,
Mooi.
En ik vertel aan mijn kleinkinderen van, jullie oma, die heeft toen ze 27 was dit gedaan, dan ben ik wel blij. Ja.
Maar jongens...
2 days ago I had those nightmares. I've never been so far south. I was hallucinating that I saw people falling overboard without a life jacket. And then I screamed all of a sudden. I said, "Man overboard!" And then I realized, oh, this is the wrong thing to say.
Oh, yeah, my heart is pounding a little bit. I'm going to be very relieved once we cross this finish line.
We have the new report, guys, and I'm very happy. Whole sim did 21.4 in average. 11th hour, they did 22.7 knots boat speed. Then Biotherm 19.4 and Team Malizia 23.1. So this is a big win. This is a big, big win. And that means we're only 1 mile. We're only 1 mile behind 11th hour.
It would be very frustrating to lose this by 1 mile after I think 6,000 or so miles we've done in this leg already.
Super tight racing now.
And the crazy thing as well is we've all broken the 24-hour records for IMOCAs. We've all done about 580 miles, which is I think just over 25 miles more than the previous record. So it gives you a bit of perspective as to how hard everyone is pushing. We've pushed our boats to the fastest ever in 24 hours, which is pretty unbelievable.
I spice them a bit. Cell configuration. I think we have the same.
Spectacular.
I really want to beat them, but I know that they're going to be wanting to do the same thing because they've fought really hard as well. Stress is not what I expected, you know. The Southern Ocean, you expect it to be a lot by yourself and you know, hundreds of miles or, you know, at least 10 miles between your competitors, and now we have one.
It is super excited, and this is exactly why sailing is so cool.
Dezelfde ging je ook niet voor, hè? Nee.
Dat jullie Nederlands kampioen werden, Roos? Maar goed, ik weet niet. A third prize, and she was not happy with that. She always wanted to have to be the first one. So when she became second or third, she was really not very happy. Je was natuurlijk enorm fanatiek. Je was een heel fanatiek meisje. Ja, je wil natuurlijk altijd winnen. Ja. Was je 20 en toen hadden wij alle twee een hockeytraining gehad. En toen zei je tegen mij van, ja, ik wil de top bereiken in het zeilen. En hoe realistisch is dat, zei je tegen mij. En toen zei ik, ja, maar welke top? En toen zei je de wereldtop. Toen zei ik, nou, dat is niet zo realistisch. Nou ja, nu, als ik wel eens niet kan slapen als je op de oceaan zit of op zee, dan denk ik, nou, Ol, lekker gedaan, lekker gezegd. Nou heb je een dochter op zee en dan kan je niet slapen. Maar dan denk ik, nee, het is niet, het is jouw droom en het is heel belangrijk dat iedereen zijn droom kan doen. Dus,
nou, je bent een schatje. Lief.
At one point, 11th hour, they nosedived. Boom! And you see all the water coming over the deck, and it was brutal to see this. And by watching this, I realized, what are we doing? Because I realized I'm on a similar boat as them, and we are both asking the maximum from the boats, from ourselves, from the team.
Almost 20 miles to 11th hour.
Are we the fastest?
We are the fastest, 23.5. 11th is 21.8.
How are you feeling?
Tired. Happy to see the line coming as well.
Yeah.
2, 1,
Yeah!
Well done!
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
What a man!
Yeah!
What a buddy!
Yeah!
Itajaí!
Second in this first part of the race is couldn't be happier about it. I think the team worked super hard for it the last few days.
It's been the two toughest weeks of my life.
Now this was just the start to leg 3B.
achievement. You never know the full story until you have heard the last episode of the End of Watch podcast.
End of Watch.
Tune in and let us know what you like to hear, because we can chat about everything and you will be part of this amazing crew.
And thanks for watching the Malizians, but now it's time for the podcast.
Exactly. Ciao.